Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today's video is still going to be similar to the previous videos I usually make, like the current state of Deadlock videos, but it's just going to be talking about an overview of Deadlock as a whole and the evolution of it, because the new update that dropped on the 18th of August, a few days ago, is massive. You know, it's such a, it feels, you know, gameplay wise it's still the same, but we have 6 new heroes that are going to change the gameplay drastically, right? You're going to be seeing them in our matches. You know, I've seen them 100% in the matches so far, of course, because everyone wants to try them out. But just the fact that not only is these new heroes in the game more than we get in January, of course, but we've got a whole new like menu and a hideout, and the map looks incredible, feels completely different, and you can really see how Deadlock has changed. Like the time between the shop update and this update shows, it really does show, because the amount of changes and the amount of like differences in how the game sort of feels. I mean, visually, it's mainly visual stuff, but like it does sort of trickle down to how it, you know, gameplay wise, right? Because especially, of course, as I said, the heroes, but it really does feel that Deadlock has entered a new age of its development, or just in the timeline. You know, it happened so nearly a year from when the NDA was lifted, which was I think August 23rd, which is tomorrow. I'll be recording this. I'm recording this on the 22nd, which means the third of the 6 new heroes will be released later on. I will be streaming. I've been streaming. Well, I streamed earlier this week. I'm going to stream today of recording, and I'm going to be streaming like Deadlock basically constantly. Well, the days I normally stream, or whatever, or the days that the heroes come out for the next 2 weeks, because honestly, I have been addicted with this game at the moment. I was a bit addicted. I've always been a little bit addicted to it, but just the hype for this new update, and then the update coming out, and then the change of the visuals and the new heroes has really, you know, made me think. Made me not like, I've been non-stop thinking about this game, like since this new update, right? I've been watching videos and gameplay on it. I've been playing it. I've been, you know, playing with friends or streaming it. You know, and thinking constantly about it. It's just like no game has hit like Deadlock has for me, either for a long time or ever. Like maybe a game that might have like clicked as well as maybe like Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 1 or something, you know. I played that game religiously when I was younger, which was only like 10, 12 years ago. I mean, it's still younger, you know, it's still a good amount of time, but yeah, just in general, I have not felt this strongly about a game in a long time. And like I said, this new update really has solidified that Deadlock is a special game. Deadlock is a game that, despite of course many people saying that, oh, the peak player count was 170,000 and it dropped down to you know, it was getting about 20,000 or less a day, you know, when the updates hype died down and stuff. This new update really does push the game, really does. Like 6 new heroes is nothing to scoff at. That's a lot of heroes. Yeah, they're being like staggered released, but it has like, you can vote in game, like by playing matches you can vote and who's gonna come next in these, like in the schedule, and that has already created like an extra like community effort. People are making propaganda posters and memes and all these like things, like there's like a union to ban against the new character Doorman, and it's between like Victor and Drifter. Like it's silly, it's stupid, but it's so fun. You know, just from like, you could have released all these 6 new heroes immediately, you know, and half the lobby would be playing them constantly. But having this sort of like, the trade-off is doing it one by one. It's going to take a while if you actually want to try the new hero that comes out. Of course it's going to get better as they release, but it's only over a 2-week period. Like, by the end of next week, they're all available. So half the lobby is going to be the new heroes for like another 3-4 weeks, probably. You know, which is like, that's just, so like having the staggered release isn't that bad. Yeah, you might have to wait a little bit longer, but like, it's still, you still get to play against them, which is an interesting thing in itself. You got to know how they work, and then maybe occasionally you do get a game. I've only gotten one game as Mina and Billy so far, and whatnot. And my first game of the new patch was Mina, but I had no clue how to play her, and of course she's fairly weak in the early game, so I didn't do that well that game. But it was still like I got her first game on of the patch, and then I played Billy yesterday, but sadly 2 people disconnected in my game, and I was like, oh, our first game was Billy, 2 people DC, oh, it's going to be terrible. Me and like, we had a Shiv and my friend was playing Mina as well at the time. We just got so fed. We had like 40-50k compared to the enemy team that had like 20k souls on some people. And we were literally just steamrolling them. And we managed to win the game. 4v6. Yeah, we were playing, you know, the 2 new heroes, which they may not know the counterplay and stuff too. But, and also again, you know, another team was playing Shiv and stuff, but in general, it was not the best first impression of Billy regardless, because, you know, hyperinflated soul count because there's less people to share souls with and stuff. I haven't had a proper game yet, but I still will really enjoy them. But this, I just keep iterating, like, even the feel, like the hideout, right? They added the hideout. We didn't know anything, sort of. I think maybe one streamer or content creator did say there was a hideout or some kind of lobby thing, but it was not that crazy that people really took notice. It was more the heroes, right? The heroes were ones getting leaked and talked about. But the hideout is such a cool thing. It's basically just, you know, it's a lobby, right? It's an interactive lobby, where you can, like, you know, interact with things. Like it acts as the new main menu, right? You load into the game, you get the new icon, you get the background, you get the new main theme. The new main theme is amazing. I've been like listening to it repeat because I love it so much. You know, it's like, I'm a sucker for jazz, so hearing the theme is jazz. I mean, it's 1920s New York. Jazz is you know, is popular around that time, you know, blues and stuff like that. So then having the main theme have jazz, yeah, it's like a little bit of a hip-hop vibe as well, which people are like, it doesn't really fit the time period. I think it's very, like, loosely, but like it's still such a good theme. I've been really enjoying it. And like I said, the hideout, you load immediately into it, you can go to the table in the middle, and you'd go onto the new character select screen, which looks really cool. All the art looks super good, bar maybe like a few, like Viscus doesn't look that great, his icon could be updated, and whatnot. And of course, some characters still need their model reworks and changes, like Yamato, Bebop, you know, etc. But like the new character models and the new art, fantastic. Like, it looks so good. Then of course, yeah, like the learn to play section. Well, it's still the old tutorials and stuff, but then you have like, there's like the fireplace, and there's if you've participated in the winter event last year when you got like the Christmas skins for doing challenges, you have a little snow globe on the fireplace, so you participated. So if, like, you know, a friend comes into your lobby, because you can invite friends, and then you can play around in the lobby with them, which we'll get into just in a bit. But like, they can see you participated in the winter event. There's the watch section. It has a projector, you can watch the matches you had before. And then you can move over, and then the shop's there, so you can look at the item shop and create builds from the lobby. Then there's like a little training ground. It has a bot in Furnace and a bot 7, and then you can reduce the cooldowns and stuff like that. And you can like test out like heroes, and, you know, the new heroes of course, with friends as well. Or you can have like one-on-one matches with friends, basically, that in the lobby. Or you can invite multiple friends, right? And you can queue for a match. And they said, oh, in the future, we're going to use these for like events and achievements and other social aspects and stuff. Like, it's already, like, the event is already there because it has, like, the vote for the heroes thing. There's, like, a voting table. So every game you play currently, you get a vote towards what the next hero will be. But, like, the ones coming later on today of recording. It's like, if you voted enough for this one hero, they'll put it in. Because, of course, the new one was Billy on Wednesday. My prediction is Doorman for Friday. I thought it was Doorman was going to be on Wednesday, but I think Billy beat him out. So I think it's Doorman. I sadly think Paige is last, mainly because support character. But we'll see. It may be Paige or Victor. Who knows? We'll have to see. But I'm excited for all of them. You know, Mina seems pretty cool. She's a bit of a glass cannon, of course, because she's very weak in health-wise. She only has 2 stamina at start, but she can do a lot of damage. Billy is also a brawler character, which is sort of my type of playstyle, so I think I'll be enjoying Billy quite a bit. I'll be playing him a decent amount and whatnot. Paige has been leaked to be support character. Doorman has some really interesting things. He has like the door portal mechanic to teleport your team or maybe even enemies as well. And then his ultimate is like a disruptive, like take someone out of the fight for a certain amount of time ultimate. And of course they've all like leaked or seen in the files the Doorman voice lines for every single character where he just like insults them. It's great. Then there's Victor, who's I'm excited for because he's going to be the tank character of the group mainly, so I'm excited for him. And then Drifter as well. Design wise, very cool. And whatnot, he's going to be like an assassin, you know, tracks down and then can like do one-on-ones and stuff like that. They're all really cool. I'm going to give them all a try, of course. I don't think there would even be. We'll have to see in the future whether or not like I'll continue playing some of them, but at least Mina and Billy, I'll like at least keep them on rotation because they seem pretty fun. So yeah, new heroes wise, pretty cool. They're pretty balanced, unlike the 4 in January. So far, of course, Billy and Mina can be strong. Definitely Mina's stronger than Billy, at least first impressions wise. But they are different differences between them, of course. One's a carry DPS character, one's a brawler, and a melee focused hero. So it really does depend, but they at least overall on release seem more balanced than the January heroes. Probably because there was a lot more extensive testing with content creators and, you know, streamers that had access to the experimental build, and they tested these heroes a lot more than the ones released in January, and they took a long time to get to a balance. Even now, you might even consider like Viper's still too strong or too weak, or Sinclair is still too strong and oppressive. You know, like Holiday is still really strong. You know, it's depends on sort of who you ask and how they feel, but they definitely came out really weird balance wise. But so far, these new heroes don't seem crazy. They don't seem as broken out the gate as, of course, those were. But yeah, just like the general vibe of this update, and like even the map. The map changes are there's not that many like structural changes and pathways. Maybe like, you know, stuff here and there and whatever. But nothing like drastic on the lanes. You know, it's mainly like the side areas and the jungle camp areas and stuff, of course, but general like rotation routes have largely stayed the same. But like visually, the map looks so good, like incredible. Due to the lighting, you know. Before it was like daylight, right? It was sunny, maybe a bit overcast or whatnot. But like this new lighting, where if you you're just generally playing, it feels like it's like evening or night, right? All the lights are on and it feels like it's like evening, nighttime. But then you look in the sky and it's like sunset. You know, there's still a blue sky and you can see the sun sort of coming down slightly, you know, over the buildings and rooftops. And it kind of is a bit of a weird juxtaposition, seeing that it feels like it's nighttime, which fits, I think, should be like the default lighting, because I don't want to go back to the daylight lighting with this lighting, because this lighting is so good, and it fits like the occultish vibe of Deadlock is going for now. So much more, so much more. Of course, you got it going with the hideout as well. It's like evening, nighttime. It's dark. It's dingy. It's you know, it fits the aesthetic so well. And of course, they changed York and the Amber Hand base. So York is now like a port area. It's got like a big boat. It's got like shipping containers and boxes and the railroad on the top of the bridges. Aesthetically, they knocked it out the park with this update. It looks so good. It doesn't even feel like the same game in some times. Like they changed all the icons. They changed the UI at the top of the souls and stuff slightly. You know, a lot of the models got updated. There's new heroes. It's still the game, but still the same game. But it does genuinely feel way more finalized. You know, this is like the art style that they're going for. If you cast back to December when they did like the last 2-week patch of the year, right before the Christmas one, and they updated Park to have like, you know, greenery and there's the big gate with the trees outside, and I was like, and I said in my video, I think on the future of Deadlock, the video I made was talking about like, oh, we can like see more of the vision they want to do, and when I have individual stuff for the lanes, and that's what does come true. You know, Broadway I still think could probably use a little bit more, maybe, but it still has a decent amount. You have the big Baroness Hotel. We're getting a character that's associated with it, and whatnot. York is, like I said, a port, and then Park I think could probably use do a bit more of a touch up. I think that's probably due next. And of course the Amber Hand base is like a factory, and then you've got this, you know, some of the walker areas are like factory based and have like pipes all around. It looks so good. Honestly, like the art team for doing the character select, the models and the map are spectacular. They're like, it's incredible how good the art looks, because it's like the style. Whoever decision was to like not continue with Neon Prime and go with this 1920s New York occultist style, honestly, you saved this entire game, because like Deadlock in Neon Prime could be played the exact same way, right? But the aesthetics aside, it was like neon, sci-fi, futuristic, and that you know, there's a ton of games that do that, but like 1920s New York occultist ritual style, it's not often you see that, and especially in the quality that Valve can put out. Yeah, they made the right choice switching the art style and whatnot, so incredible, like incredible job. And I'm so excited for every single major update and update to this game that comes in the future. Open beta for this game, actually Yoshi, the sort of somewhat, you know, the head developer of the game, that he's the one that does all the announcements and stuff, did respond to a comment on the Discord saying about the open beta, and saying like, we don't have any concrete plans or like anytime soon. We're just focusing on like building the game step by step, and honestly, it's Valve, they're gonna take their time. You could still do so much more with this game. Like, they've already had stuff in like the files saying that there's an escort game mode, there's a one-on-one like, you know, boxing ring thing that they might put in the hideout, so you can have one-on-one punching matches or something like that. You can put achievements in, you've got character progression. Like I said, Jungle could still use an update on the map wise. You can add so much more heroes, there's so many more heroes in the files and the console you can develop and stuff. Like, you can do so much more. There's so much more you can put into this game. Game mode wise, aesthetic wise, that, I mean, I still think open beta is probably potentially next year, after a few more updates. We might get one more major update this year, probably around November. I'm at least, like, given the track record of those major updates, we had, they're one in the middle of 3 months of the year. So first 3 months was January, February, March. Of course, we did get the 4 heroes in January, but I think they just kind of pushed those out. but then the map one was the end of February. We then went April, May, June. We then had the shop rework in May. We have July, August, September. We have the new heroes again and the hideout in August. And then we're going to get October, November, December. If they keep... It's I don't know if it's a coincidence that the fact that they've all been in the middle of like 3 months periods along the year or whatnot. But of course the feeling between like the shop update and this one is because that was beginning of May and we're getting one sort of, middle of August. So, that is basically, 3 months between. It was 100 days since that shop update, and there wasn't that many minor updates in between. It was only like 4-ish. Actually, there was a decent amount. There was probably like 6, right? But there were like 2 every month. June only got 1 update. Or whatnot, but I mean, specifically in June as well, they had like balancing at the beginning, and then they did just a big update to mid boss. Rejuve is completely different now, so it's much healthier, I think, now, Rejuve, compared to the others. The empowered minions were definitely a issue with the mid boss Rejuve, but having it like respawn, have like different respawn credits and stuff, and giving a buff to the team, I think is much better. It still makes it a little bit hard to contest, because if you still won, because you still got to punch it 3 times for each credit or whatnot. But if you do get 1 still, it denies a credit from the enemy team, so it's still kind of useful. You only need to kill 2 people to stop the buff rather than 3. So, but then you might trade your life for it. So it's questionable whether Rejuve steals are still like properly viable to do or not, but it's definitely, I think, definitely more healthy than the old single crystal buff the minions and reduced respawn timers. So yeah, with that, I'm so excited for the rest of the heroes to come out over today and over the next week. Excited to play them all, excited to continue seeing the map, and excited to see a patch maybe later this year, the Christmas update. They do a Halloween update of some kind, just a small one or whatever. And this is the future of this game. Like, this game is something else, really. Like, no other game. It's so many other game concepts mashed into one, and it works so well. It can be a bit overwhelming for new players, of course, and it is a bit of an issue because of the lower player count and MMR. It does make, like, if you're brand new, trying to learn the game will be quite difficult. But I mean, it's such a phenomenal game, really. It is, and like this new update really, as I said, solidifies what their intentions are with this game and the vision. I'm super happy with it. I argue, if you maybe see on stream sometimes, if you visit me at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv//Megamind2k, I will be streaming later today. If I upload this day, which I should be. And I'll be streaming next week as well on the hero release days. I might rage at balance sometimes, like, certain characters, mainly carry DPS characters at the moment, I find very annoying, or sometimes other characters, depending. That's just balance wise, but overall the game itself, this feels so good, and I can't stop thinking about it, and I can't stop playing it. Really, it is a special game. So with that, I appreciate you all for watching and sticking around. There'll be more gameplay videos on the channel soon. If I get a good game with one of the new heroes, I'll sure to upload it or whatnot. So yeah, again, thank you for stopping by and watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.